Very hospitable. Very hospitable.
I like the hospitality around here.
Getting us together.
I'm gonna fuck with you, so I'm gonna fuck with you.
All right. All right. Well, we are live. We ain't got nobody on yet, but
See,
you
ain't
know,
nobody
Hey
look.
guys.
thank
Ain't nobody
you.
see none of that.
Thank you. Thank you. We are live. Hello, everybody.
Hey
Welcome
y'all.
back. Welcome back to Let That Simmer podcast. Where we talk about food. We don't have no food today, but we talk about food, love, life, and a little bit of seasoning, and it all coming together. I'm your host, the one who keeps it real, who keeps it tender, and keeps it just spicy enough. And then we have my co-host.
Hey y'all. Y'all remember me?
We have my co-host, Tynisha. I gotta get a little intro.
I
for
know,
you.
right?
Tynisha, and today we are going to talk about something that I think that we all have thought about at some point in time. I know I have. I think about it a lot, and that is unlearning what love looked like. And because we have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of people did not grow up in healthy, seeing healthy love, and so because of that, we developed what we thought was
Right, yeah.
love. We developed what we thought the mindset should be with somebody in love. And then you grew up, you started to date, and you started to try love and figure out what was going on with it. And some things didn't match up to the way you grew up and the way that, certain circumstances made you feel. So today we are picking apart the myths, the stereotypes, even the cultural expectations and pressures around love, especially as a Black woman dating in 2025, including interracial dating.
Ooh. This gonna be a conversation, honey.
So, just thinking about like back when I um saw love, or what I thought was love. And I'm not going to say that it's not love, but um I saw a lot of habits, right? So, I'm growing up, and now mind you, all of my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, they were married. Everybody was married. So that's not even, sometimes they like, oh, you grew up not seeing a woman being married. I grew up to seeing women cater to their men, take care of their men, all of that good stuff, right? But I think that put me like in a fairy tale type of thing. And then especially because you really, you're young, you don't really know the inner workings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I saw my grandmama get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying, making coffee, making breakfast, making sure that, this, that, and the third was everything was done. I know I saw my mother, do the same thing, XYZ, and at some point I developed what I thought I wanted out of love. I thought I wanted a certain thing, or maybe even the same thing as what they had. And then, you have to think about it like, that's not really what I want.
Right, yeah. As you get older and you go through certain experiences, you're like, nah, you know what? It's time for me to branch out and do my own thing.
Exactly. So for some of us, we saw, love. It looked like arguing, but never apologizing, staying loyal to pain, calling inconsistency normal,
Yep.
or believing that love meant struggle.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I don't know how I feel about that. What you think?
I have mixed feelings about it because, I mean, how can I put this? So, no, you're not. What struggle are we talking about? Like cheating and shit like that?
I think a mixture of everything.
Yeah. So I feel like every relationship has its own struggles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess I'm thinking too deep into it. Where like, what do you like define struggle? Because every relationship is gonna struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we can't really say that that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not a norm.
Well, for me, like when I think about struggle love,
Yeah,
I
like
think
that.
about,
Oh, I'm gonna stay down
yeah,
until he come around and he finally realize I'm the one for him type
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, no. I feel like, and I feel like you said, you were raised in a household where you saw your mom or your grandma cater to the male person in the house at that time. I feel like growing up with that mindset, you kind of develop like, oh, I'm going to cater to him because that's what I saw.
Right.
But like, fuck everything else, because the only thing I saw was my feminine, or my mom, my grandma catering to this man. So like,
fuck my feelings,
right,
fuck my,
you know what I'm saying? So that's all I know. Versus me, like, I didn't like growing up. I had my mom and my dad were married, but we had a nanny. Like my mom and my dad, they were paying my grandma to watch us, cook us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I didn't necessarily see a woman cater to a man because my mom and my dad, they were at work all the time. And when my grandma stopped like taking care of us, what I saw was me with my mama and my daddy arguing and like physically fighting.
Right.
So I didn't necessarily grow up with that
That's
catering.
why you busting it.
So I didn't necessarily grow up with that catering gene. And now, like, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand that, because a lot of people that I deal with, they refer to me as very standoffish. Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I'm nonchalant. So, I don't know. It's just like, when we refer to struggle of, like you said, it's just like, when you raise in a certain household, like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
Because I think that as Black women, and I can only talk about what I'm familiar with, and I'm only familiar with being a Black woman. So when I think about like Black women and how we were raised, you know, as far as love and men are concerned, I think that we were raised to um to be ride or die.
Yeah,
absolutely. We were raised to you know, don't you can't ask for too much. You know, you kind of just gotta be ride or die. And really, honestly, that's the struggle of, like, I have to be ride or die in order for this man. And I think we talked about it on the last episode, but I have to be ride or die in order for this man to understand that I'm not going nowhere. Right. For this man to really trust me and really know that I love him. You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know, not because, oh, you know, I treat him nice, I treat him respectful, you know, I do XYZ, but simply because he done put me through hell and turmoil, and I'm still motherfucking here.
You're the only one standing. You're the only one not being disrespectful, but you're the only one stupid enough to stay around.
Exactly.
So he like, damn, I done wasted all. I done did I did what the fuck. I live my life.
Right.
She's still here. So shit. Now that I'm broken down, beat up, battered, and bruised, I might as well go ahead and fuck with you now.
Exactly. And it's like, you know, that's not necessarily right. You know, we're the only ones, and you know, we talk about you know, other cultures and things like that, and they're basically like, their women and little girls are raised in the sense of, you don't be with a man unless he can take care of you.
Yeah, like they're literally raised to be wives to successful men. And they're getting beat on all types of, like, it's really sad the way that society has groomed women just to be wives, and that's it. And it's almost like we were raised to understand that like struggle is what it takes to be in a relationship,
and to really feel like I'm loved, because I'm sitting here and I'm I'm struggling with this man.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've never been um one to just be with somebody just because of what they have. Like that's just like because if I don't fucking like you, I just don't
Yeah,
fucking
I
like
can't
you.
get
Like
with
I
that
can't
shit.
I can't fake that shit. Like
Especially if you ugly as hell. Like man,
oh
man, say
yeah.
God.
And then on the same token, it's like you can be handsome as ever. You can, you know what I'm saying, have all the money in the world, but if you're literally treating me like shit,
You gotta go
you
too.
gotta go. And you better hope that I don't crack your motherfucking head. Because once
Hey,
these hands get to
listen.
shaking, boy.
Listen. I done been through some things. Nobody really understand me,
Man, no, for real. And I just think that, like as women and just as people in general, like you grow up, you see in this example even before you get out to the world. So like your family, that's your first example
Yeah.
of what you have. Then, you get into your teenage years, you start looking at media. When we were younger, well, when I was younger,
I was at the MySpace, the Blink era. Like Facebook had just been developed. When I turned like 16, 17, they had social media just started.
See, yeah. I agree. Yeah, it wasn't no
We was
social
calling them
media. It
like, Nico,
wasn't
I'm finna call you. I'm finna put them on three-way. Mute your phone. Like that's what we was doing back in my day. That's what it was.
exactly. So it's like, you grow up, you seeing social media, you're seeing even down, like I said, when I was growing up, there was no social media, there was no MySpace until like maybe like college years, for me. So, we're growing up, we're listening to music. The music that we listen to, I think it directly, it does have a correlation on to what opinions that we serve when it comes down to
Absolutely.
love, or form when we comes down to love.
Yeah.
Because I know the music that I listen to, I was R&B all day. You know what I'm saying? I was R&B all day. That's all that I listened to. Hey Dino. That's all
hell.
that I oh hell. That's all that I listen to.
Right.
So coupled with that, plus the fact that I was a church kid. I'm a preacher's kid. So I grew up with the I grew up with the thought process that for me, marriage was the end all be all, right? If if kind of sort of if you don't get married,
You
ain't shit
Yeah.
as a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then certain things, in my life took place, which, we'll talk about a little bit later, but certain things took place and then that begins to change.
Right.
And you get to develop and say, hey, this is not really what I want. You know what I'm saying? Or I really don't wish to be treated this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the guise of I have a man, or just to say, I'm getting married, that type of thing. So when we think about what developed us, how we grew up, the images and examples of love. So when did your thought process on love begin to change?
I think my second serious relationship is when my thought process changed, because I was in my mid-20s at the time. So I feel like at that point I'm starting to get my bearings. Like I'm starting to get an understanding of what this life is actually like. Now that I'm grown, I can actually see it for what it is and take on the world for what it actually is. And now that I'm looking back on it, I can see that now that I'm out of the situation, because when you in a situation, you're too close to the situation, you can't really see it straight.
Right.
So now that once you get out of a situation, it's like, damn, this is what I seen my mom and my dad do. So and I looked for this specific man because I saw my dad in him. I'm used to seeing that, and my childhood, that's what I was used to seeing. But just because that was what I was used to seeing doesn't necessarily mean that it was right.
Good. I did that with loud. Yeah.
But yeah, so just looking back on it, that's when my perspective on love changed. It was just like, okay, now I'm understanding
Mm-hmm.
of what is kind of what is right and what is wrong, or what I'm willing to accept or what I'm not willing to accept.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't have been able to see that unless I had went through the struggle. So I don't know, just bring it full circle. Sometimes you need the struggle
Mm-hmm.
so you can come
Mm-hmm.
out and be a better person or a
Mm-hmm.
better woman, and you can actually like develop. Like you
Mm-hmm.
need to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I saw Dino's comment, and I really want to touch on that, because he says that was my hurt my cloud smoke.
I'm a hookah hoe, Dino.
Right.
I really do this for real.
But then also he said that marriage nowadays does not benefit men anymore.
I don't think it benefit women either.
Um, so here's my thought process on that. So my thought process is, when we talk about marriage benefiting singular men or woman, I think that that is the wrong mindset. And the reason that I say that is because a marriage is a union, right? So when you get into a union with somebody, the benefit is not singular.
Yeah, like if you're going into it like that, you automatically counting. Like you might as well not even get married because
Right.
you're worried about a benefit. When
Exactly.
you
And
should ultimately get married because you want to be with this person.
exactly. Exactly. And I think that that again, the benefit, you know what I'm saying? I think there is a huge benefit. I think that it's still, marriage still serves the purpose of what it's supposed to, as far as I think that it does. I think that if you get into a marriage with somebody, and I've never been married, but do I want to be married? Yes, I do. Do I want to have my forever person? Absolutely. Is that the end all be all for me? No. There was at one point where I was just like, that's the end goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be married. I want to, and but now I feel like I feel differently.
Yeah.
Right. But I still feel that there is a benefit in being married to somebody. When you're married to somebody, you're in a union with that person. You're supposed to be equally yoked with that person. You have a benefit of being able to bounce off my ideas and your ideas. You have a two income household. You have, so that should, in my mind's eye, and again, I'm not married, so I don't know, but in my mind's eye, a two income household, that should put the both of you further along, right?
Yeah.
So if I got something that I want to do, you know what I'm saying? My man, my husband should be 100% behind me, as long as it makes sense and as long as it benefits the family. Not just benefit me or not just benefit him, but it benefits the family. Um,
It just seemed like a lot. Like, I'm sorry. When my mom, okay, so my mom has been married twice. The first time she was married, and this is what kind of to this day is turning me off to marriages.
mhm,
The first time she was married, it wasn't necessarily like I can't I it wasn't like a marriage. It was a business. It was
mhm,
more so like, I'm not gonna say she was a dictator, but it was just like, nigga, all you gotta do is work and bring me the money,
mhm,
and I'm gonna make sure everything's straight. Give me the money, and
mhm,
that's it. So
mhm.
like, it was like a well oiled machine. It wasn't like a, ooh
I
yeah,
love
like I love
you.
you, I want to be
Mhm,
with you. But
mhm,
her second marriage is
mhm,
so. But now that that's what I seen. Like that's
mhm,
what I can't like shift
mhm,
it to like
mhm.
now it's like it's a it means something different. Like I'm still in that it's a business and
Yeah.
I can't like it's no
And
point in me doing that.
and really honestly, when you think about it, the beginning of marriage, um, it absolutely does. It was a business.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely a business. The marriage was not invented or even, thought about just based off of I love you, you love me, right? It was simply for the gain of the husband, if we're being completely honest, right?
Yeah.
So the husband was working.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to, just have to come home, feed himself, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the benefit in all actuality
For the
was the
man.
man,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, yes.
Man, you hear about
Pimping since been pimping, man. Pimping since been pimping. But the benefit was the man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I mean, if you really
Yeah.
want to think about it, it in some aspect it was the benefit of a woman to have that covering of a husband, simply because in those times, women couldn't do much
Right.
without a man.
I feel like the benefit that the original purpose of marriage had benefits for each party. The man, the husband, he gets a home cooked meal every day. He gets a home. He gets that structure.
He gets sex.
You know what I'm saying? He gets that stability. And in the same token, the woman gets a protector, a provider, somebody that she knows she can, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the original purpose of marriage, yes, it was beneficial to both parties. However, like as we continue to go throughout the conversation, things and times began to change. Like societal norms began to change, and that's when we see these different dynamics in a marriage. And some people are leaning more towards not being married, and more people can't understand why. So it all plays like.
Yeah. And I think that with those changes that took place, um damn, I can't unlock my phone. I think that with those changes that took place, it definitely has, in a sense, um kind of messed up um as far as our Black folks,
Yeah.
our thought process when it comes down to a mate.
Yeah, it
When
hit
it
us
comes
hard.
down to being with somebody and dating. And, within the last 5 years, there's so much that has changed.
Absolutely.
And I will say this, I will say this, and I'll die on the hill for this, that I believe that after COVID, and the world opened back up, everything changed on how people felt about love, on people, the way that people felt about just people in general, relationships, everything changed. Part of the reason I think is because you have men and also women. We were shut down, we couldn't go outside, so we developed this thing. Everybody wanted to get on a podcast.
I was just gonna say that everybody feel like they got a voice now.
Exactly.
And there's no shade to nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely, but when we were shut down, we had nothing to do but intake so much information. And
a lot of that was garbage.
Yeah, and twist it and develop it and make it fit into our own traumas when it really don't fucking make sense. It don't even fly. And we just got so caught up in that social media because we had nothing else to do.
Right.
And now now that it's open, everybody losing their fucking mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like y'all, so you mean to tell me, and being that somebody who, I was in a relationship. Me and Glenn were together for 5 years. So that 5 year time span that we were in a relationship, and he passed away during COVID. So once COVID was over, and he passed away, and I finally decided, okay, I'm finna get out there and I'm finna date and I'm finna, and I'm just like sitting there and I'm just like, damn, like what the fuck done happened?
No, for real.
And I can literally say, and there has been a drastic change in the men. It's a drastic change. And I won't go as far as saying sassy and stuff like that, because I don't talk like that. And I have a whole thing with not emasculating men
Yeah.
and shit like that. I just don't agree with that. But there's something that has changed. And in it, on the men will say, oh, the women have changed too. And they probably have. They probably have. But I can only speak for what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the men.
Right.
And I can say that, there's a lot of men who are operating. And again, because I know somebody can be like, oh, you just talking about the men. No, I'm talking about the men because that's who I'm interested in. That's who I'm focused on. I'm not focused on the bitches. Yes, I see the post and the reels and the videos and shit that are made, that women, that they talk bitter and shit like that about men. That shit is, some of that shit be wrong too. However, I'm thinking more of the men, because the men are the leaders. The men are the protectors. The men are the providers. And I think somewhere along the line, that has been lost.
Yeah.
And it very well could be because of some things that us women are doing and displaying. I can be 100% with that. I can absolutely see that. But I think that at some point, we have a lot of men who they have decided that they're not going to pursue women, in a real form. They just basically want to have sex. Everybody just want to have sex. And I just want to, just have sex with you. I don't want to have no strings attached. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's okay. I'll never think that shit is okay.
Yeah, because I know last podcast I was asking y'all, and I was just like, when did we get so freaked out? And you and Tone said like it's from trauma, but I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Pre-COVID, I don't remember us being this freaky. I don't. I don't. I do not remember us being this freaky. Dead serious, like. And then going back to the last episode as well, Tom was like, the reason why you have sassy, I'm not gonna say, but the reason why some men are like that is because that they were raised in a single parent household. But again, this is something that we didn't experience pre-COVID. So I mean,
I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with
being
raised
so
in
can we really
family.
say, can we use that as an excuse? I don't think so. I definitely feel like it could be with us in taking so much information during COVID. And us having to sit in that because we didn't have nothing else to do.
And that's exactly it. We're literally just sitting there, we're watching our phones, and then you have these people who get on social media, and whether it be a podcast, whether it be a post, whether it be a video, and they're essentially their butt hurt. And a lot of times, because I'm very good, and and correct me if I'm wrong, me, I'm very good at reading in between the lines, and I'm very good at reading people. And I think that a lot of times you see that where a lot of these people, and I'm going to say people, even though we already know what I'm looking for. So but we see a lot of these people that get on social media, and they gripe and they complain so much about the other sex, when in reality it's them. You have done something wrong. Right? You're projecting what you feel onto everybody else. You decide that you want to get it on the podcast, and you want to put it out there for the world to see, and then you have people that latch on to that because they are of the same like mind, and they're of the same similarities. You have a lot of men that get on social media, and they talk about women asking for money, women asking for money, women asking for money. And those are probably the same men that have led with their money.
Yeah.
So if you decide that I'm just going to lead with my money,
and what you expect?
And then a bitch only use you for your money, what you expect? That's all you're going to get. it's I mean
It ain't like
it's
you on
very
social
simple.
media telling us a joke or something. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's
what the
very
fuck you want us to
simple.
do? Like, you would not believe how many people be on social media just flashing money and flashing money and
Mhm.
flashing all these lavish trips and shit. And then you get mad when you see a bad bitch in your DMs and she like, oh, when you gonna take me to Chanel? And then you like, oh, I'm not paying for no broke bitch, nigga. You that's all us.
Mm-hmm.
What you want me to
Mm-hmm.
do?
Mm-hmm. Because then, what is the attention?
Yeah,
What are you? You're using that as a
as
ploy
bait.
to as bait to get a woman's attention, and then when that said woman, and again, I'm not that woman, so
Yeah,
I, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I don't even do that, but I don't give a fuck if y'all think whatever. But you use that as a ploy to get that woman's attention, and what you're doing is you're getting the wrong attention.
And
So
then you get
that's
mad.
exactly, so that's equivalent is if I'm shaking my ass on social media all day every day, that's all you see about me. I'm shaking my ass, I'm talking about XYZ, but then I'm mad because every man that comes into my inbox or every man that approaches me just wants to have sex or just wants to talk about sex.
But I also think those people are just naturally miserable people because those are the type of people when you try to have a conversation with them, they just it's like, what the fuck are we even talking about? You talking in circles. You can't win with those type of people because they don't want to be accountable for what they're putting out there and what they're receiving. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are we? It's like, because it just be like, what are we talking about? You flash your money and you mad that people are interested in you only for your money. You're not even trying to be accountable for what you're putting out there.
Right.
So like, what the fuck is we talking about?
Yep. So because of, a lot of that, like like I say, from my experience, like I've even had to unlearn love and what I wanted from love since Glenn passed away.
Yeah.
I've had to, I've had to understand and know that in my next relationship or even dealing with whoever I'm dealing with now, um if there's something that bothers me to my core, I have to say something.
Yeah.
I can't just, just sweep it under the rug. And I encourage whoever I'm dealing with to do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me if there's something that's bothering you. Let me know what's going on, because me just being silent, and I think that that's something also that I learned from, my mother and grandmothers and aunties, is that things that are really bothering you that your man are doing, we just gonna kind of, just kind of smooth over and gloss it over and not say nothing because we don't want to disrupt the household. But when you think about it, I'm 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 disrupting myself.
Yeah.
So I can't be the person that I should be for you if I'm unhappy, if I'm totally unhappy. And just like I want my man to be there for me and I want him to be the best version of himself for me. And if he's not telling me, oh, I don't like when you do XYZ, or I wish you do more of XYZ, or you know what I'm saying? I have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that like when we think about unlearning love, it can definitely be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let me ask you this: was that when did that switch flip for you? Was that like immediately after Glenn transition, or did you have like a buffering period? Because when I got out of my most recent relationship, I had a period where I was showing my ass. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And at that point, I didn't want to be accountable. I didn't want to sit and be like,
oh, don't I know?
I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I
We've
didn't
had
want
conversations.
I didn't want to do that. And it took me to go through a bunch of more bullshit for that switch to finally flip and be like, maybe you need to sit down, mama. And you know what I'm saying? So when did that come for you?
I think that it did come for me when when he passed away. Because when he passed away, I did a lot of internal reflection. I did a lot of internal thinking. I learned a lot from that relationship. I learned a lot about men from that specific relationship, because I really loved him unconditionally. And um, so with me loving him unconditionally, there were certain things that I became mute about. So once we broke up, or not broke up, Lord, but once he transitioned, I had to think about that, and I had to think about, okay, what ways, because I was not always happy, right? There were things in that relationship that I can absolutely say, after thinking about that, that there are some things that I would never do again, that I would never experience again. And so I really had to think about, okay, like, what is love? How do what makes me feel like I'm loved? And there were certain things in that relationship at certain times, whether it was because of, the addiction or whatever it was because of, I decided that I was no longer going to accept. I was no longer going to accept a man making me feel unwanted.
Right.
I was no longer, because there were times where I felt unwanted. I was no longer going to let a man make me feel like I'm unappreciated. Right. So there were definitely certain things, like, after that, I was just like, you know what? I don't think, I really even want to deal with this anymore. Love is not, oh, he'll just come around when he wants to.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things. And now I'm okay with talking about it. Because I'm okay with it. And I really don't care, what any at one point I cared, what people thought and da da da. But now it's like, when I think about it, it's like, oh no, I'm not accepting if you don't call me today.
Yeah.
I'm not accepting that. I don't, I no longer believe, or, oh, it's okay, he busy. Absolutely the fuck not.
Okay.
I'm a whole mama with 4 kids, work a damn job, and I talk to who I want to talk to. So if I ain't talk to you, then you know. Clock it. But you know what I'm saying? No matter how busy I am, I'm gonna make time for my people.
Yep.
I never want to be upset with somebody, and with my man. I never want to be upset with my man overnight. I never want to do that again. And it could be, part of a trauma with me and him. And I believe that it is. But at the same sense, that's something that I never want to experience again. I never want to go to sleep, whether we live together or not, and knowing that you're going to sleep mad at me, and you're not talking to me because you're mad at me. That's the worst thing for me, because, now, just looking back on the times that, that did happen, and, being completely transparent, 2 weeks before he passed away, we broke up because of that. And we just, we ended up getting back together because, of course, we loved each other, all of that good stuff. But that was something that took place within the relationship. And then when he passed away, and it was just like, it was like, oh, well, you didn't hear from him for a whole day, and you didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so people didn't understand, like, that was a part of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I knew, I haven't heard from him. We not into it. So I know that something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I'm just like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again. I felt like, the love that I give to somebody is valid. it's sincere. I'm never dealing with somebody just based off what you have. Because like even when I remember when we were younger and we used to my best friend at the time, she, we knew all these big, drug dealers and stuff. I don't want to deal with them because they have money. Their money is not my money. You know what I'm saying? That's not mine. And even I'm the same way today. Their money is not my money. I don't give a fuck about that. You finna buy me a house? Like, you know what I'm saying? In my name, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't shake me because at the end of the day, I know how to get money.
Yeah.
One thing for I'm gonna get some money. For sure. Okay, baby, I'm gonna get some money. But let me see. We got some comments, huh?
Tom. I don't think
he back there. Yeah, he in the room. He said he working on something. He said no, B. You would say don't disrespect that woman, no matter if she's half naked twerking. I do. I do. I don't think that there's anything that should warrant disrespect of somebody. Really, honestly, I think that because I mind my business. I really mind my business, and what somebody else does not make me shit. I could care if somebody wants to be on social media twerking.
Yeah, but that's her business. Yeah, and that doesn't warrant disrespect. Right. We're just saying that the things that she chooses to do on social media is going to attract a certain audience. So what we're saying is that she's contradicting herself because she's portraying a certain image on social media, and then when you attract an audience that coincides with that image that you portraying, you get mad.
Right.
We're not saying that disrespect is warranted on either side. It's just like, how can you portray something and then you get mad when you receive it back?
Exactly. He said, no, I'm saying as far as only for wanting sex. No, and I to a point I agree with you on that, because that's something that I myself I had to kind of come to terms with that, because I am a very openly sexual person, right? I will openly talk about sex because I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that I have to understand, and I had to realize that when I do that, there are men I know what it comes with. I know exactly what it comes with. But because, again, I'm not somebody that's doing that for attention. I'm not doing it for attention.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it because there's some shit I like to talk about.
That's who I am.
Yeah, that's who I am. I literally I kind of pride myself in being a woman who
is okay in her sexuality.
Is okay with her sexuality. Is okay with kind of breaking rules a little bit.
Yeah, just getting outside of the norm.
And it's kind of weird because I am, in a sense, a traditional woman. I do believe in traditional gender roles, in a sense.
A little spice to you.
I just got a little spice to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolutely, I love a monogamy. You know what I'm saying? But that one man,
he gonna get everything.
He gonna get all. I used to hate when she defended them types like, be there, not like you. You have class with your friends.
Don't let her have that drink in her. That class should go out the window. You don't know her like I know her.
Right. But no, but yeah, so we have to as we're going through these relationships and dating, and as Black women, we see so much that's against us.
Yes.
Right. We see so much that's against us. We see there's men that are against us, that go on constant rampages. And this is one thing that I absolutely hate about social media, is that um these men, they get on social media and they talk so bad about women. They talk so bad about black women. um but what pisses me off even more is that you have the men who will say absolutely nothing.
Mm.
Now they don't agree with it,
But they don't defend
but
it either.
they don't say, they will say absolutely nothing.
I mean, what are they supposed to say though?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like, because like me being me, if I'm on social media and I see one of my Facebook friends going on a rant about a nigga, like,
and hold on, Dino, you are right. I'm definitely not a hoe in public. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
let me say, okay. But yeah, like I was saying, if I'm on Facebook just scrolling and I see a female going on a rant about a black man or about men in general, of course I don't agree with it, but what am I supposed to say?
I mean, okay, so and this is my thing, and probably because like I'm in a group, and we see this a lot.
Like a Facebook group
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
And so we see this a lot, and if it was like in that type of form where
Yeah, because
you're
y'all,
highly,
yeah,
you know what I'm
y'all
saying, active and
co-mingling and
stuff
stuff.
like that,
Yeah,
then yes, like that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Where it really it pisses me off,
yeah,
because I'm just like, some of these men, they make these posts and stuff like that because again, their butt hurt.
yeah.
And they try to act like,
They're
the women
projecting.
is just the problem.
Yeah,
And reading through your post, like I could see through the lines, like you're a terrible human being.
yeah. A lot of people. What I've noticed about people, individuals that make posts like that, if you read the comments and you really get deep into it, it's not about the post. It's about them not wanting to be accountable. It's certain shit, like not even to bring shit like this up, but it's like the Offset and Cardi B situation. You did all this shit to this girl. She done left you alone, moved on, had a baby. However did she decide to move on, whatever, whatever, whatever. Now you hurt. What are you hurt for? You had all of this opportunity to get your shit together, but now you are hurt.
Yep.
And it's just like you put yourself here, but you can't see that. You can't
Right.
be accountable. So now
Right.
you're going on all these Twitter rants about how X, Y, and Z did X, Y, and Z, but you're not acknowledging what
And you
did.
tag me first.
You know
You
what I'm
tag
saying?
me in.
Well, we're missing the part where you started all of this shit. You did all of this. It's a reaction to every action.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we missed the mark, and that's where we get all of these Facebook posts and things like that.
Yeah. And I think there's a lack of accountability on both sides.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Because I've seen and I've heard things from women, and that women are saying, I'm just like, what?
How did that make sense in your mind?
Yeah, like are you okay, boo? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect for XYZ to happen and you don't want to do XYZ.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but and that also changes the way that we view love.
Yeah.
That changes the way that we see things as far as wanting a partner. And I can say for myself, like, I still want the same thing. Like, I do want to be married. I do want, a person that I can just be with forever. I do want a person that I don't have to second guess.
Yes.
Because that's not love. Love is not, in my opinion, love is not you just sitting here and I'm just taking, you just beat me. And I don't mean physically. I mean emotionally, mentally, because you can beat me in a 1,000 different ways other than just physically beat me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's not love. It's not love for me to have to stick around and have to be a ride or die for you to actually understand that I'm the woman, that I love you, and that I actually sincerely want to be with you, especially if I have never given you a reason to think otherwise.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
And I think that we bring on, a lot of what we see, a lot of what we experience into, and I'm guilty of it as well. I know that I'm guilty of it. Excuse me. I know that I'm guilty of it as well. bringing on a lot of our experiences, and just kind of comparing that. And I thought the other day, and I said, what if, just what if I'm sitting here holding up all of these boundaries, all of these what I don't want, what I do want
Oh, you
in a
did say
man.
that. I
Yeah,
remember you saying
and
that.
that may be the man for me, right? That may actually be the man that's gonna love me, right? But I don't give a fuck because that's not what
That's not your
that's
mindset, right?
not what my mindset is, right? So at some point you have to switch, and you have to say, hey, I think I'm gonna open myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna open myself up to this thing called love.
Yeah.
And be real and be honest with myself and realize what I want. Um and then, so when we think about love and we think about opening ourselves up, and I have my own opinions about this, but when we talk about interracial dating, and we have um the men and the women who decide, I'm gonna go to another race. Um, Me personally, I can't do it. I've tried in my high school years. I've honestly, like, I had a white boyfriend, and I'm just gonna keep it 100, all the way 100 with y'all. He kissed me, and I was out. I was out of there. I was out of there because I'm like, you don't even have no lips. Like, it just felt weird. It just felt too weird, and I don't know. But when I look at my family, the men in my family,
They don't got no lips.
no, they have lips, but they got white women also.
Damn. Because I don't mind. I dated a white man before. He was sweet as pie.
Mm-hmm.
Was sweet as pie. I fucked with him.
Mm-hmm.
But what I fuck with, would I go outside my race now, like in this day and age? I don't think I would.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about a black man. Like
I know.
I don't know.
Ugh.
And as bad as they hate us, I fuck with y'all, dog.
Let's just give it up for the black man. I'm telling you, like honestly, like there is, and you're absolutely correct. Like, for me, there's just something about a black man. I don't want another man, and there'll be, plenty people who will be like, oh, you should try. Da, 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 da. I don't want to try.
Yeah.
Like that.
Same.
Like, that's not something that has ever uh stroked me and said, hey,
Yeah.
he cute. You know what I'm saying? And you have some of those, like, those white men that they kind of like, like teeter totter or whatever.
Them Oreos.
Yeah, and I still be like,
You cute,
but you undone.
please. Please.
I mean, I literally, I want my thing to be like a crisp. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Burnt to a crisp. But no, I just, there's something, and then there's, like, in me, there's, in my mind's eye, I'm just like, I could see the fucking family group chat
Yeah, like
going off. Oh, you done
yeah.
brought this black
Yeah.
bitch. Can we say that? You done brought this black bitch. You know what I'm saying, in the family, and then I have to push your grandma
Yeah, I'm too
on the floor.
Yeah, now in this day and age, I'm too conscious. Like I don't. It's too like. I mean, it would just be too many variables, but that I'm not willing to consider dating somebody like. Yeah.
And then I think that there's, like, for me, like, I'm not strong enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not strong enough to hold what comes with that. Right. Because even though we're in 2025, there's a lot of, it's still a lot of racial tension. It's still a lot of a lot of that bullshit. And I'm not strong enough for that. I be in jail somewhere. I mean,
I
because
ain't even try. I don't mean to sound racist, but I would be scared that they would kill me in my sleep.
no, dead ass. Like dead ass, and then we arguing and shit, and you like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa,
too many unpredictability.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
and it's
dynamic.
too much shit that you could say that's beneath. You know what I'm saying?
And then you
like
be thinking like, well, what did you really mean by that?
Yeah, like you can really go below the belt. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? You know, dealing with a black man, he can too, but still, like,
if I'm snapping on you, like, fuck, nigga,
like who you talking to?
You know what?
Yeah,
I can't even say that to you.
Right, like that'll be it'll be a whole problem. Like I can't do that.
And then my family ain't.
Dino said he'll be 45 January 3rd, and he still got his white virginity. I mean, yeah.
So you give some more codes.
I mean, cause I dated a Puerto Rican guy, and
you know what's crazy? The only race I've dated besides a black man was a white man.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican guy.
Let me get my tip.
Right, you can't just
just a tip.
Hey, so now y'all that's here because of just a tip. So,
that's
let's look on dollar back.
Right. But yeah, like for me, like I'm not mentally and I'm not emotionally there yet to be, and I probably never will be. But that's just, and I don't knock anybody. Who the fuck am I lying? Yes, I do.
I just love black men. As bad as y'all do us, as much shit as y'all talk about us, as bad as y'all treat me, I still choose y'all at the end.
Yeah, and that's something that I don't think that I would never I would never go to, even with me, dating a Puerto Rican, like, and he was a nice guy. He was you know what I'm saying?
What about a mix black and white?
I mean, he's still black.
Okay, he just gotta have a little pinch of black in it.
Yeah, he still gotta look black. Like, and that's the
he
thing.
Can't be one of those.
He cannot be one of those. He can't be one of those, oh, I'm passing. I don't want no passing. I want
to see the tint on you.
On my mama. I want to see the tint. I want to see a little darkness on you. Like, I don't want to know.
You can't be too light.
No, for real. I don't want them no lighter than me. No lighter than me. I'm just gonna keep it real. No lighter than me. Baby, if I can get them dark as your goddamn. Yeah.
Oh, you like a mad dog?
I like.
I
like cooking like salt, baby. Where you at?
A nice milk chocolate. You gotta be just the right. Ooh, that milk chocolate, man.
So, when we think about unlearning love and learning what we want in love, and I think about like, what do you actually want? How do you need to be loved? What feels safe for you? So, like for me, I need, and I guess we can talk about love languages, right? So for me, I need acts of kindness, because I consideration. If you consider me, and acts of kindness does not have to be, you buying me stuff.
Yeah.
Just consider me. You texting me good morning. I don't give a fuck what time I'm up. I had somebody tell me, oh, I don't text you because you don't get up till late because you work. I don't give a fuck. Do you understand? If somebody wakes up and sees, oh, this person was thinking about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How much that can change the dynamic of a day.
Exactly. I need consideration. I love touch. If there's a not no touch, I got a problem with it, because what is we doing? And it doesn't always have to be sexual. If we walking around the house, or if we walking around the house, we doing shit around the house, walk past me and slap my booty. I like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I like affection. I like, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. What about you?
Mine would be words of affirmation.
Mhm.
Just because, like I said, I didn't grow up seeing like affection. Like I didn't grow up seeing it. So like I'm still learning to accept physical touch. Like to this
Mhm.
day right now, like it's kind of hard.
Mhm.
But what I can receive, what I know that I can receive is words of affirmation. I might not be able to physically show you that I receive it, but that's something that I can receive.
Mhm.
Um, I think quality time would be one too.
Oh
Not
yeah.
necessarily just being
Oh
laid
yeah.
up. Like I don't
Yeah.
like I just want to be in your presence
Be in your
sometimes.
presence, right?
Like I
Mhm.
just like you could be playing the game and I'm, watching TV. I just want to be in your
Mhm.
presence and just, what I'm
Mhm.
saying, breathe the same air
Mhm.
you breathe. I think those two are my main
Breathe
ones.
you.
So yeah, you just a little you want to be engulfed in a man.
No, like I literally I love just being there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
Like you said,
same.
just being there or just being around him. Like it doesn't have to be
A
like you
big
said, it
thing.
doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a big thing. And that's the whole thing. Like when you're looking at like all of this stuff with social media and these women they saying, oh, Cheesecake Factory, I don't want no Cheesecake Factory, XYZ. And it's just like, babe, you really don't like him. And that's another thing that like that some of these men have to understand is that they're if a woman really likes you,
A lot of y'all be saying
she
like
don't give a fuck.
a lot of niggas be like, oh, females don't be getting a hint when they don't fuck. Some of y'all niggas don't be picking up the hint either.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't be picking up the hint, and then y'all 2 days later, y'all on this Facebook app making status.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now y'all
Yep.
y'all got to get it together now.
Yep. Yep. And yep, the feeling of being safe, the feeling of when I'm with you, I can just close my eyes. And I likened it to um this one man. That this this one man. Just feeling that
Yeah.
I
Get the
can put my
tensions out those.
shoulders
Yeah,
down.
I was just gonna
I
say
can
that.
I can put my shoulders down. I can literally just I'm cool. Like I don't have to worry about shit. I don't have to, and again, it's not about money. We could be just laying in the bed and the motherfucker just laying there
just
just
bring
chilling.
your game over, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, you probably not coming over to my house.
Well,
I'll
whatever.
come
I'm
over to
gonna
your
bring my
house.
hookah.
Yeah, like
And I'm finna watch my shows. You play your game, put your headphones on,
yeah,
baby. Cool.
yeah,
We
and do
cool.
what you do. Like and it's just like a lot of people, and I learned that my language is different with each person because some people can't enunciate better than others, and that's
That's a
kind
new
of
one.
that's a new one. I've never thought about that, but I do understand that in a sense because I feel like so where my love language may be touch, it may be words of affirmation, it may be acts of kind. Fuck it, my love language all of
It
them
sound like
bitches.
I was just gonna sound like
But
all of them.
yeah,
Well, which one? How many of them is it?
I think it's like 5.
Words of
Look at
affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service.
Mm-hmm. It's another one I can't think of it. Let me see.
Physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service. Dina, what's the last?
Right. Um. So it is words of affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service,
Mm-hmm.
receiving gifts.
Oh, that's the fifth one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So love. What did we say? Acts of service,
Quality time.
quality time. Wait, hold on. We gotta go in order. Okay, words of affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service,
Mm-hmm.
receiving gifts,
Mm-hmm.
quality time, physical touch. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5.
Yeah. So when you so one thing that I realized is that so while my love language, and we'll just say quality time, right? But his love language may not be quality time. So it's gonna be a give and take. I have to be able and I have to be open to learn what is his love language. So here's the thing. So if I'm always forcing him to love me in my love language, that may not be the way that he shows love.
Yeah.
So like for me, my love language, the way that I feel love is different than the way that I show love.
Yeah.
So I show love with gifts. I show love with touch.
No, touching and fucking is not the same thing.
It is, because I'm still touching.
No, touching is like, oh, like I just want to be up under you.
It could be fucking too.
No, you're not touching. You're inside someone.
Sorry,
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Is that really? Can we qualify that as touching though? Like, it's penetration.
I mean, I think it does qualify as such. But again, so you have to be able to understand what his love language is and how he feels love versus the way that you feel love and the way that you receive love. And a lot of people are not invested in doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of people just want to simply
feel love.
They don't want to give love. And I think that a lot of people that feel that way, their intentions are not pure. Absolutely. In the beginning.
Yeah.
Because who and I learned that dealing with Glenn. I learned that dealing with Glenn. And it wasn't the fact that and just an example, and again, like, this ain't to like down him, nothing like that, but that's the last relationship I've been in. So that was the longest relationship that I've been in. So that's what I have to reference.
Yeah.
We would argue, we would fight, and then the next day I would have.
Yep. That's exactly how my last relationship went too.
You know, like the man bought me a whole car. Damn. But at the end of the day,
it was just to shut you up.
It was just to shut me up. And I still felt unseen. Mm-hmm. I still felt unwanted. I still felt unheard. Mm-hmm. But I had a car.
So do I really have a reason to complain? And that's kind of the mindset you have going into it. Like, damn, you don't want to seem ungrateful. Like, I got a whole car.
Yeah.
But nigga, I'm still feeling some type of way. Mm-hmm.
And Dino said gifts don't count because gifts are not personal no more. Shit, the gifts that I give are very personal.
I was just gonna say, how can you say that?
Yeah.
You don't, I mean, gifts do count if you really like the person, because if you really like the person, you're studying them to understand what they like and what they dislike so that you can make it personal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it has to be something like, I'm not giving you this so you can do X, Y, Z for me.
Yeah.
I'm giving you this because I want you to have it, because I love you, because you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my gifts, when I give gifts, they are thoughtful.
Yep.
They are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really think about that person and what that person likes. Mm-hmm. And how that person is and how that person is going to use that gift, if that person is going to use the gift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think definitely he said for me, but that's, I mean, I think that's a you problem though, babe.
Are you scared that people are gonna like take advantage of you or something, like financially? I'm not trying to be funny. That's a serious question.
I'm just gonna wait on that.
Is that a fear of yours?
Right, because why do you say that not for you? I do that all the time, so it's not like a language that I need to work on. Well, love language aren't necessarily something that you need to work on. Yeah. It's just something that you feel loved when you do.
Yeah, how do you feel loved? What makes you feel loved out of the 5 options that we just
So if you have a woman and
she asks you what can I do to
in
make
what
you
way,
feel loved?
right?
What would you say?
So would it be acts of service, meaning that, you know, she's cooking dinner for you, that type of thing? Would it be, we should hook you up? Let me see.
What he look like?
I'll show you. Your face.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I just because he be in this motherfucker chit chat with us for real. That's why I was like, damn, what he look like?
He should come out to the show.
Yeah, we
I
need a
always
male
like to
guest.
have a male guest, and
I'm looking for one, y'all. So if y'all want to come shoot the shit with us,
yeah,
hit me in a DM.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. He ain't answered yet. Okay, so unlearning is choosing the relationship that feeds your heart, not one that feeds the script. So we all have there's a
I get
script.
what you're saying. Yeah, yep.
There's a script that everyone is going by, right? And I think that script is, we find somebody that we like, we kind of, and I don't even like using the term settle, but we kind of settle, you know what I'm saying, for that person, and we get married, we have kids, blah blah. That was the script when we were little.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a lot of women be like, oh, he's the safe option. So I'm just gonna go with him because I know he's safe. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? A lot. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's the script.
Yeah. So as we get older, I think it's important that we start to come out of the stereotypes. We start to love without the stereotypes. So as Black women, we're expected to be strong. We're expected to be unbothered, independent, and resilient. And I think that's where we get the whole, I'm in my masculine era, right? Whereas I think that, as women, we have, because we have actually, I'm a single mom of 4 kids. So on my day to day, I have to figure everything out, right? I have to figure it, and I've seen some people be like, oh, well, that's just being an adult. Yeah, it's being an adult. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. However, when you are a woman and you are going from being a single woman and have to figure everything out on your own to being with somebody who really wants to be in your life, really wants to be that provider, be that protector, that's kind of hard to do.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate a little bit. So let's say I'm a man pursuing you, and you like, oh, I'm a single mom, I got X, Y, and Z, this, that, and third. I'm a well-established man, and you coming into it like in your masculine, whatever you want to call it, right? Me being an established man, I am gonna look at you some type of way because I'm like, bitch, what you doing all this for? Like, right. I just told you, like, I don't have to keep repeating myself. Like, bitch, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Like for me, I feel like I don't have a problem. Like once I get locked in with somebody, like really locked in, because I try to exhibit those, that softness. I try to, and I'm fucking soft. So I try to exhibit that softness beforehand because I really believe that you can't not exhibit that and then expect the man to be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a man has to see something in you to where he knows that, okay, maybe, this may be my wife, this may be, somebody for the long haul. Because I believe that men, they want a soft woman. They want somebody who, wants to cuddle and, rub their back, and, I'm all of that. But sometimes it gets hard to
distinguish who's genuine and who's
not. Exactly. So, and I think that's where the problem comes in, is because you don't know it's hard to distinguish
Yeah.
when somebody is actually really wanting to be there and be there with you. Like I don't need nobody coming to try to be a stepdaddy, and you know, oh, I'm gonna love her kids. Like I don't need you to love my kids.
But that's what you asked for.
No. Mm-mm.
You asked to get you. That's your end goal. You want to get married. You want
I
to
want
have the
I want to
family.
get married, but listen, I don't want somebody that
Because why wouldn't you want
no,
your
no.
man to love your
So
kids?
okay, so this is what I mean by that. I absolutely I want somebody to love my kids. Absolutely. I want somebody to love my kids. I want somebody to but what I want is I want them to not love me because of my kids, if that makes sense.
I don't.
So okay, so like I'll use an example of one of, you know, their dads. You love me because I have your son, right?
Right.
You don't love me because of me.
But
And this is just an example. This is just an example.
But you're not dating your baby daddy. You
Right,
dating
right.
somebody
But I'm saying I want somebody to fall in love with me first. And once they fall in love with me, I want you to love my kids because you love me.
Repeat that one more time. I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Because I'm trying to understand, but it's not making sense to me, B. I'm not gonna lie.
So I want somebody to love me,
right?
But I want them to love my kids,
right?
But I want them to love my kids because they love me.
But why would they go into it loving your kids before they love you?
Because there are people that, or there are men that they try to get attached to your kids because they think that's a way to get to you.
But why? You're not the one type of woman that strikes me as the person that's just gonna let a man you're dating meet your kids.
Absolutely,
you know what
not.
I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
I'm not speaking to. I'm speaking to you personally. So that's why I'm just like, help me understand what you're saying, because bitch, I'm not following. You're not the type of person. Once you start dating a man, it's like 2 weeks in. Oh, let me show you. Let you know what I'm saying. Hear my kids. So I don't see you in a position where a man will fall in love with your kids before they fall in love. They have to get through you before they get to your kids. So I don't understand how that scenario apply to you specifically.
Hold on. So the reason why I say that is because, and it could be just based off the situations with their dads.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, because I can understand your baby daddy doing that, but this is somebody that's coming in brand new.
Yeah,
like they got to get to you before they see extensions of you. Right. So it don't make sense for you to say.
But it could. I mean, I've had situations where I've had men who they like, oh, I want to do XYZ for your kids, or I want to do XYZ, you know, let's go here with the kids.
Yeah.
Let's do that with the kids.
But
I'm like, no.
Why not though? Why not? How long y'all been talking?
This was.
I'm just saying, like, how, like what was the time frame of y'all?
Probably like a week. Like we wasn't even talking like that.
Okay, well that's fair. Yeah, then that's a no.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there are circumstances where, you know, some people say, oh, I just, you know, well, I guess that does just it does just apply to with their fathers.
Yeah.
So let me use a different example then. Like I want somebody to outside of, we'll use sex. Outside of sex. If you don't love me outside of that, let me take that away. And if you don't feel no way about me outside of that.
But what are you offering?
What am I offering?
Yeah. Because how y'all just fucking?
I'm offering a lot.
How you end up just fucking them then? You get what I'm saying? I got a real motherfucking question. Because if you setting up the play like, oh, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to meet my husband, X, Y, and Z. Okay, cool. Help me understand why you put yourself in the position to just be fucking.
I'm saying
no, I'm not saying,
this is not happening.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm saying
you, I'm just saying the situation that you prepared. Like,
but no. I'm talking about just in general. Just in general. I'm not saying that we talking already. I'm not saying that we, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like your intentions.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So if we're in a situation and it could just be not even just fucking.
Right.
We could be going out on dates. We could be fucking. We could do an X, Y, Z. But if I take away the sex, you no longer are interested. You no longer love me. That's what I'm saying. No.
Okay, so let me repeat it to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You saying y'all going on dates, y'all doing X, Y, and Z, but once you start fucking, all of that gone. Ain't nobody that you just fucking finna spend money on you on no dates and shit that they ain't like you. Like, I ain't never met a nigga that's spending money. Y'all going on dates like with an S, and y'all fucking. He like you. He like you now. I ain't gonna like. He like you a little bit. He may not be like, ooh, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but he like you. I feel like the scenario.
Why does it matter why someone loves you? I think it does matter. I think it does matter. You don't think so? You don't think if you okay? So I saw a post and the post said, but the post said, she asked the man why he loved her.
I think that's that funny Marco.
Yeah, and he replied and said all of the ways that she loves him.
Yeah,
maybe I'm not wording it or I'm not using the right. So she said like, all the ways like I want you to love me, like for who I am.
Yeah,
not for sex, not for XYZ, but simply for me. Did that make sense? Or not?
It sounds like you speaking from a place of hurt, trauma.
It could be
guarded.
You know what? And I think I am.
I don't think you speaking from 100% openness and ready to accept love, because the scenarios that you just listed, you missing accountability. We just talked about that at the beginning of the podcast. You missing that part, babe.
But wow, but how? Okay, so how?
How? Explain to me why you feel like you ain't.
Sorry, text. But so okay, so because what I'm saying is, if I'm doing the right shit, so I'm not talking like there's nothing like how am I missing accountability?
Okay, so this last instance that you provided, you said y'all going out, he taking you on dates, and y'all having sex, but you saying once you take out sex, you feel like he don't like you, or is it a known fact that he don't like you? I feel like you setting up a play to cause your own hurt, because the goal ultimately is for you to get married. The steps leading up to that is dates, then getting into a committed relationship, then he meeting your kids, then y'all getting he's taking the proper channels. It sounds like, right? Y'all dating, y'all getting to know each other, but now all of a sudden because you take out sex, you feel like he don't like you no more. Like you setting up the play to get hurt. You don't feel like you is?
No.
How come? How come? How? He listed, he following all the channels you want to get to your ultimate goal. But for some reason, where did it stop at for you?
This is a hypothetical
situation. Saying, okay, this is a hypothetical situation. Too deep into it, bitch. I'm feeling it. I'm hot tonight.
You want me to love you for the reason you want me to? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want somebody that's going to love me for me. I want somebody that's gonna have a genuine love for me.
And when
maybe my examples that I used were wrong.
When somebody say, "Why do you love Tynisha?" I want the answer to be something about who I am as a person.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Not what I do for you. Yeah. That right. I worded it wrong and used the wrong example. But that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean.
label it in a way that's beneficial to you, the person that's receiving it. I want it to be labeled to and cater to who I am as a person. I want to be loved for who I am.
Right. So my bad. I said, hold on, bitch. Now.
I'm like, let's break this down a little bit.
But no, absolutely correct. That's all that I'm saying. I want somebody to love me for who I am, not for based on what I do. Oh, you cook for me, you clean, you do. No, love me for who I am, and I think that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair
because I love you. The reason why I'm doing this for you is because I love who you are as a man. So for you to tell me you love me because I cook good, that's kind of like a slap in the face.
Absolutely.
And we don't get to control why people love the other person. However, that still don't make it not hurt.
Right. That and a lot of times that's the thought process, and a lot of times is that in men they think logical. Right. Men think logical all the time. Right. However, you have to understand that when you are dealing with a woman is automatically innately gonna think emotionally.
I feel like men think way more emotionally. Like I feel like they are way more emotional than we are.
I believe that men are more emotional when it comes to once they have actually fallen for a woman.
Oh, that's
once
good. That's a good one.
They actually love like really.
That's a good
think
analysis.
That they're absolutely.
Yeah.
But just
just talking to somebody. I feel that.
No. But so when we think about love and redefining love and rediscovering love, we have to remember what love looks like. It looks like safety. It looks like peace, consistency, honesty, someone who checks in, not checks out, someone who meets you where you are, and not where they want you to be. And this part is important. Love does not have to match your race to match your spirit. I mean, y'all can do that if y'all want to, but I ain't. Love definitely has to match my race. So with our new definition of love, I want love to be gentle. I want my love to be kind. I want it to be valued. Like I don't want to have to perform for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you, and I don't want you to have to perform for me. I want you to be able to be yourself and me the same. So as we wrap up the episode, I want everyone to remember that you deserve a love that fits you today. Not the version of you that was hurting, confused, or surviving. Love should nourish you, not drain you. It should free you, not frighten you. Love should meet you where you are and grow with you, not against you. So with that being said, thank everyone for watching today. Men, start y'all off at 0. When we check boxes, y'all start off 100 with each mistake. Yeah, we do. That's true.
Okay, love is what you make it. Nah, ain't no damn.
Absolutely. And you have to do what works for you. You have to do what works for you. All right, y'all. Bye.
See
y'all next time. Who was this lady back here that say thanks for watching? That ain't me.
No, it's not you. It's another one that's normally up there. I'll cut it off. Because I got multiple students. Yeah.